Hello, and welcome to The Explainer. So, the AI revolution is here. We hear about it constantly, and it feels like it's changing absolutely everything. But what does that really mean for you? For your job? For your future? Okay, let's break it all down and figure out what's really going on.
All right, so we're not going to start with some super complex, boring definition or a bunch of technical jargon. Nope, we're going to start with something much closer to home, your own daily life. I want you to actually pause and think about this for a second. How many times? Because the answer, it's probably way more than you think. AI isn't some sci-fi thing from the future. It's already woven into the fabric of our everyday lives. Think about it. Did you unlock your phone with your face today? Watch a video that YouTube just knew you'd like? Did you ask Siri or Alexa about the weather? Or maybe you've messed around with ChatGPT. If you did any of those things, yep, you used some pretty sophisticated AI. It's like this invisible engine humming along in the background of your life.
And this is where you can really see the massive shift in how we get information. You know, the old way, we'd go to Google, type in a question, and get back a long list of blue links. It was basically a starting point for us to go do the research. Now, you ask an AI and it does the research for you, pulling from billions of sources in an instant to give you one direct, synthesized answer. It's a total game changer.
So, with all that in mind, what are we really talking about when we say AI? Well, at its core, it's actually pretty simple. Artificial intelligence is all about creating machines that can simulate human intelligence, that can learn from data, analyze it, and then make decisions, kind of like we do. And just to give you a sense of the incredible power we're talking about, think about this. The free AI tools that you can go use right now, today, have a knowledge base that's pretty much on par with a PhD student. And not just in one thing. In almost any field you can imagine, from medicine to physics to math, that is a staggering amount of intelligence available to literally everyone. Okay, so all this power, it obviously leads to the one big question on everyone's mind. What does this mean for our jobs? Let's take a look at the new landscape that AI is carving out.
You know, it's really easy to get caught up in the scary stuff, the challenges. But it is so important to see both sides of the coin here. Because yes, things are changing, and they're changing fast. But with all that change comes this incredible wave of brand new opportunities for people who are ready for it.
And you can see that two-sided coin right here in this chart. On one hand, yes, some traditional jobs are definitely at risk of being automated. But look at this other bar. AI is at the exact same time creating whole new categories of jobs that didn't even exist a few years ago. So the key isn't to be afraid of what we might lose, but to get excited about what's being built.
And we're not talking about some vague, futuristic job titles. These are high-demand, high-paying careers right now. Companies are desperately looking for people who have these skills, people who can build the AI, analyze the data, and make sense of it all.
But here is the really important part. This isn't just for the tech gurus or the coders. The new reality is this. Pretty much every job is becoming an AI job. It doesn't matter if you're a marketer, a lawyer, an artist, or a plumber. You will need to learn how to use AI as a tool to do your job better. It's the new fundamental skill, just like knowing how to use a computer became essential a generation ago.
Now, I know it feels like all of this just appeared out of nowhere, right? But the truth is, the groundwork for this revolution was actually laid a long time ago. So let's do a super quick history lesson.
For decades, AI was kind of just simmering in the background. You know, this quiet academic concept tucked away in university labs and research papers. It was a slow burn. But then, bam, November 2022, OpenAI unleashes ChatGPT on the public. And that slow burn instantly becomes a global wildfire, putting this world-changing power into the hands of millions.
So, we know what AI is. We know how it's shaking things up. But the most important question is, what are we going to do about it? How do you personally adapt and thrive? This is your action plan. First things first, we have to get our heads around the fact that the old way of learning is, well, it's becoming obsolete. In a world where any machine can have perfect recall of almost all human knowledge, just memorizing facts is not a valuable skill anymore. Success is now all about what you can do with that information.
So here it is. Here's your game plan for this new era. It's simple, really. Stop focusing on just memorizing things.
Start learning practical, hands-on skills. Take advantage of the incredible online learning platforms out there. And be smart. Choose a path that lines up with where the world is actually going, not where it's been.
And the best part? Your classroom isn't some building you have to go to anymore. It's right here. You've got platforms like Coursera for really structured courses, Udemy for learning a specific new skill, and, of course, YouTube, which is just an endless free library of tutorials. You can even use the AI chatbots themselves as your own personal tutor to explain anything you don't understand. And look, if you're a student right now trying to pick a major or figure out your future, listen up. This isn't just good-to-know information. This is absolutely critical. Understanding these trends is probably the single most important factor in choosing a path that will actually lead to success and opportunity.
All right, we've gone through a lot today, but it really all boils down to this one simple idea. This technology isn't just something that's happening to us. It's a tool, an incredibly powerful one. So the question isn't, what is AI going to do anymore? The real question is, what are you going to build with it?